Alan MacLeod Cormack was born on February 23, 1924, in Johannesburg, South Africa. His parents moved from Scotland to South Africa shortly before he was born. Cormack attended Rondebosch Boys High School before attending the University of Cape Town in 1944 and the University of Cambridge. He enjoyed debating, tennis, acting, and astronomy. Cormack earned his bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of Cape Town and was a research student at the University of Cambridge. Cormack then became a lecturer at the University of Cape Town from 1950 to 1956. He then went on to do a research fellowship at Harvard University and became a professor at Tufts University in Massachusetts shortly after that. While he was working at a part-time job as a hospital physicist in the radiology department, he became interested in the shortcomings of X-ray technology. This interest eventually led to the invention of CAT scan technology in 1972. Cormack became a United States citizen in 1966 and retired from his job at Tufts University in 1980. He passed away on May 7, 1998. He lived to be 74. Godfrey Hounsfield was born on August 28, 1919, in Newark, Nottinghamshire, England. His parents bought a farm shortly after World War I, and he enjoyed his childhood there, being able to explore and play as he wished. The different machinery that was present on the farm was what sparked his interest in engineering, such as the threshing machine and generators. He enjoyed experimenting and testing different theories, such as the principles of flight by jumping off high haystacks. He attended the Magnus Grammar School in Newark, and then went and took the trade test and was hired as a radar mechanic instructor by the RAF, or Royal Air Force, shortly after World War II began. He went to Cranwell Radar School, and during his free time he took the City and Guilds examination in radio communications and passed. Air Vice Marshal Cassidy helped Hounsfield pursue a grant that helped him attend Faraday House Electrical Engineering College in London. After he finished school, he went to work at EMI in Middlesex in 1951. He worked on radar and guided weaponry, and then went on to run a small design laboratory. After this, he went on to work at EMI Central Research Laboratories, which is where the work went about to eventually invent the CAT scanning machine. Hounsfield passed away on August 12, 2004. He lived to be 85.
A CAT scan is based on an X-ray concept. As these X-rays travel through your body and are absorbed at different levels, they create a group of X-ray beams of different strengths. As the X-ray beams are registered on film, they create an image. To get a clear CAT image, the film is replaced by a gently curved detector that measures the X-ray levels. Before the invention of the CAT scan, X-rays were the primary method doctors used to look at a patient's organs from outside their bodies. X-rays have notable limitations, which result in low contrast images that can be difficult to understand, and X-ray films are not sensitive enough to pick up subtle differences between tissue types. In the 1960s, Alan Cormack came up with a mathematical solution that he hoped would allow high-definition images of an individual image of the body. He tested this theory by using gamma rays on various materials, one example being pig tissue, and it resulted in his theory being correct. This led Cormack to a clinical trial using humans. Throughout this trial, many improvements were made to the technique of the CAT scan. Where the patient enters the machine, it is about 24 to 28 inches in diameter. Inside the machine, there is a rotating frame with an X-ray tube attached on one side and the curved detector mounted on the opposite side. The group of X-ray beams is created when the rotating frame spins the X-ray tube and detector around the patient at the same time. With each full rotation of the detector, the X-ray tube, the detector takes many snapshots of the X-ray beams. In one full rotation, almost 1,000 outlines are sampled. Each outline is divided in sections by the detectors, then fall into numerous individual channels and are reconstructed backwards by a single computer into a 2 or 3-dimensional image of a section that was scanned. Multiple computers are used to control the entire scan process, with one host computer leading the entire system.
A conventional X-ray uses a fixed tube that sends X-rays in only one direction, while a CT scanner uses a motorized X-ray source that shoots narrow beams of X-rays as it rotates around the patient. There are special digital X-ray detectors located directly opposite the X-ray source. As the X-ray passes through the patient, they are picked up by the detectors and transmitted to a computer. Image slices can either be displayed individually in two-dimensional form or stacked together to generate a three-dimensional image that can...
Hello, my name is Natalie Gonzalez, and I'm going to be talking about how the CAT scan has helped people throughout history in many different ways. The CT scan, or the CAT scan, is a very versatile machine that is used to locate and detect injuries or certain health issues. This machine has developed a lot throughout time and has become very versatile and advanced in today's science and technology environment. Doctors may order a CT scan for a list of different reasons. Some include CT scans can detect bone and joint problems like complex bone fractures and tumors. If you have a condition like cancer, heart disease, emphysema, or liver masses, CT scans can spot it or help doctors see any changes. They show internal injuries and bleeding, such as those caused by a car accident. They can also help locate a tumor, blood clot, excess fluid, or infection. Doctors use them to guide treatment plans and procedures such as biopsies, surgeries, and radiation therapy. And lastly, doctors can compare CT scans to find out if certain treatments are working. For example, scans of a tumor over time can show whether it's responding to chemotherapy or radiation. These are only a couple of ways that the CT scan has benefited many different groups of people. Without the invention of the CT scan, we would not be able to adequately provide people with these health issues with proper care.
The CAT scan was first introduced back in 1972. However, the first CT that was performed in 1971 was scanned with a prototype scanner, which was developed by Godfrey Hounsfield. The prototype scanner produced an 80 by 80 matrix image, which would take about 5 minutes for each scan, plus another 5 minutes which would process the image data. Now, current CT scanners are able to produce images within 1024 by 1024 matrix, processing the image data in 0.3 seconds. However, there were many improvements and developments that were made to the CT scan throughout the years so that it could evolve to where it is now. Here is a short timeline of the developments. By 1973, the scanner was producing 320 by 320 matrix images. Following the next year, 1974, the first body CT scan and a prototype of the EMI body scanner was made. There were many scanners installed worldwide. Then by 1975, the prototype of the EMI CT1010 scanner was installed at a hospital in London, UK, plus the first commercial PET scanner was installed in Los Angeles, USA. By 1976, the scanner was producing an image within 5 seconds. By then, over 650 scanners were installed worldwide. 2 years later, by 1978, the scanner was producing 512 by 512 matrix images, and they were ECG synchronized CT scanners. Then by 1981, the scanner was producing images by 3 seconds. It wasn't until 1985 that the scanners were producing images within a second. It was known as the Superfast CT by Douglas Boyd. Then by 1987, the scanner was producing 1024 by 1024 matrix images. As a few years passed, by 1994, scanners were producing images within 0.75 seconds per scan. By 1998, they had 4 slice scanners, which would now produce images within 0.5 seconds per scan. By 1999, the PET and CT scan was developed by Dr. David Townsend and Dr. Ron Nutt. After 3 years, by 2002, 8 and 16 slice scanners were introduced. Therefore, by 2007, over 72 million scans were performed in USA. Overall, the CT scanners have evolved through many great changes that has helped save many lives now.
Further discovery of the CAT scan and all of the lives that they saved because of it, Alan McLeod Cormack and Godfrey Hounsfield received the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine in 1979. The previous year, 1978, this award was given to Werner Arber, Daniel Nathans, and Hamilton O. Smith, and the following year, 1980, it was awarded to Baruch Benacerraf, Jean Dessau, and George D. Snell for their discoveries. As we know, the Nobel Prizes are extremely prestigious and honorable awards given only to the most deserving of individuals. In order to be eligible to receive this award, a discovery must have been made that provided the greatest benefit for mankind. The prize can be awarded to 1, 2, or 3 individuals each year. Each recipient receives a medal, a diploma, and a monetary award that has varied throughout the years. There are 5 Nobel Prizes established by the will of Alfred Nobel in 1895, which include physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, and peace.
Thank you for watching, and we hope you gained a lot of knowledge and insight on the creation of the CAT scan and the men behind it.